science teachers in the house? Any educators? Let's hear from all the K-6 teachers, because you are science educators every day. And how about students? Which kids love science here? And how about our families, our supports? Science families, let's hear from you. And not only here today in Sacramento, but across the world, hundreds of cities celebrating the importance of what we do, what you do with children, in your labs, in your institutions, and Earth Day as well. And I've got to say, not only Earth Day in the March, but today's a very special day for me. I just walked over here from the Crocker Museum, where 3 of my freshmen just made a pitch for their environmental improvement grant to the Agron Corporation, and that was their semester project. And what they did is incorporate real learning in context. And they were proposing a budget and proposing how to help Sacramento watershed, thinking globally and acting locally. And the reason we're making that shift in education is because we know it's not enough to just bubble an answer in a test. It's not just enough to have knowledge, but you also must have the application and the drive to do it. And I want to thank the California Board of Education for adopting the next generation science standards a few years ago. You see, California, along with about half the nation, have decided to change the nature of science education to understand its three-dimensional nature. So what we're doing is teaching kids not only knowledge about science, but how to plan and design collaborative labs experiments, how to design and improve their own models, and how to actually engineer solutions to help us for the future. Now, this new challenge is going to take a lot of investment, and it's also going to take a lot of communication, and that's where you can help. I'm proud to represent the California Teachers Association, 300,000 members on the California Alliance for the Next Generation Science Standards. In collaboration with the California Science Teachers Association, industry, NGOs, and other stakeholders, we're beginning to build a platform of communication and support statewide for all K-12 science educators in implementing these standards. And I'm asking you to do something. I ask you to go to the website, California4ngss.org. That's California, the number 4ngss.org. And what you'll find there is information that you can spread to your community. Talking points for educators, talking points to principals, talking points to industries. Also, you'll find back-to-school PowerPoints for teachers to display to their parents to help them understand the shifts necessary, this new ambiguity, the new shift of responsibility to students doing the science. Also, you'll find there tools for how to help increase and focus funding in your localities, in your districts towards science. You see, our Governor, Jerry Brown, gets it. And so do the voters. And I want to thank you for passing the latest round of propositions, which continue the tax funding, which is going to support hands-on education every day in the science classroom. He also understands that educational decisions are best made locally, in context by the community, and that's where you come in. I want you to look at the LCAP tools for how to have an influence on your local school budget. Every local district has an LCAP committee, and we need you as a stakeholder voice, as a community member, as a parent, as an educator, as a scientist. You see, not all districts know how to direct the new funds. So items like classroom size reduction are going to help your kids have more hands-on opportunity and conversations with the expert teacher. Also, don't forget career technical education. Any vocational educators out there? Anybody working towards their certification and apprenticeships? Because we know that 2/3 of the new jobs in science are going to come from certificated two-year credentials in specific applications of technical careers. We're talking about green tech. We're talking about new energy sources. We're talking about biomedical revolutions. So all levels of education are important. Let's not forget our community colleges. Let's not forget our two-year programs and a larger umbrella of K-20 education in science. Now, I've been teaching a long time, and I remember when the History Channel used to just be that, history. And then about 10 years ago, kids started coming in saying, "Mr. Spencer, did you know we found a race of giants?" in an unknown civilization that we've uncovered? And I said, no, I didn't know that. Did you know we found ghosts and aliens have landed? No, I didn't know that either. So teachers have been for a long time dispelling myths that have crept into our, let's say, society and media society. Now we call them alt facts, right? But we've known it for a long time as science denial, climate science denial, creationism, the things we've been fighting for a long time for, and in fact are supported by your Supreme Court and supported by law. So let's not allow ourselves to be lulled into a false conversation. And you know that because you're here today. Let's see those signs. Hold them up right now. What's your message today? What message are you sending to your community? Are you standing up for education in your population, in your locality? Parents, students, friends, scientists. I'm going to mention the website one more time. California4ngss.org. It's not enough just to have new standards. They need to be implemented and they need to be funded. That means more hands-on consumables, that means larger programs, that means more choice and smaller classes. We've carried a tough load here and we've, I think, gotten over the hump in terms of visibility for science. Stop scapegoating teachers. Stop blaming teachers. Let's work together. We're here together. We're going to march over together, and we're going to hear from professors. We're going to hear from other educator supporters. But each of us has a responsibility here. So I leave you today one more time with the vision in mind that the next generation is going to be solving the problems that exist today. And without handing them a chance to bring them up with what we know with our experience, it's going to be a tough challenge. So, scientists, I ask you, which classroom are you presenting in next week? Which teacher will you contact? And if they don't respond to your email, how many times will you be at their door helping them implement their new standards, which are challenging? Making sure that they have the support that they need. Making sure that they have their content straight. It's all a responsibility for all of us. So I want to thank you one more time. I'll see you out there at the Capitol. Have a beautiful day.